Hello, Ben and Sophie again, episode 40. This is the battle now, just outside Kota Bharu. And the Australians are shelling the port, but they've only got 3 field guns. Boom, boom. And their aiming isn't very good. The shells are landing in the sea. So they call for the Vickers wildebeest to try and torpedo some of the ships in the harbour. So they take off from the airbase. But as I said before, they're very old and very slow. And they come in to drop their torpedoes, but as they're doing this, the Zeros appear. And the other plane, that's 1 0. There's another one. I'm afraid that's the end of the Vickers wildebeests. And now the Japanese are starting their attack. It's getting towards night and they're bringing in their tanks, which are going through the jungle where the Australians aren't really expecting them to go. And the troops are moving up at the same time. But this gun here is well positioned and hits this tank. Need to get the explosion. Boom. That's the end of the Japanese tank, or that one anyway. But the other one comes through the jungle here and fires up at the armoured car. And that's knocked over and crashes down the hillside. And the other tank, firing its machine gun and its cannon, knocks over some troops at the top. Now, because that gun was still operating, they called in another strike by the Zeros. Zeros can drop bombs, and it's aiming for the gun emplacement. Boom. A direct hit just on this edge of the... So that's the end of the men manning the gun emplacement. And now the other tanks moving up. And the men on the barricade, they can't really stand up against a tank, so they retreat to the other side of the bridge. They bring up the armoured car and it tries to fire at the tank, but the tank's too strong, too armoured. Bang! That's the end of that. The tank's now crossing the bridge and the soldiers are following up. And meanwhile, the Zeros are still giving support, machine gunning, boom, 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 boom. And now it's getting towards night, and these Japanese soldiers have brought this boat. Let's put them all in there. They've carried it and they've crossed the river. Here's the man with the flag. And they've attacked the headquarters here. And they weren't expecting the Japanese to appear from there. So they're all attacking on this side. And now that the armoured car's gone, other Japanese are coming up, attacking the this side of the road bridge. But the Zeros are still coming in and doing a lot of machine gunning. So the Australians have to retreat. They go back across the bridge. So the Japanese are on one side of the bridge. They've crossed the river there. They're following their tank across the bridge here. Shooting at all the Australians. Australians are falling back. There's one field gun here working, well there's one over there as well. They're trying to fire but the tank hits it. Boom. And the Australians retreat. Where's the other tank? The other tank is now crossing the bridge. It fires at their field gun, knocks it over, goes right across. The Australians run back, machine guns firing at them. And the other Japanese come across the bridge. And the Australians retreat. There's one field gun here. And this time actually, because it's so close, boom, hits the tank. But it's really too late because this tank's now through the village and the Japanese are approaching. These other Japanese are also coming through, so the Australians have no choice but to retreat, so they run off. There are only about 5 left and make their way back towards Kuala Lumpur. So it's a victory for the Japanese, and they plant the flag on the top of above the headquarters there, and that's the end of the battle. So I hope you enjoyed that. Bye bye.